Hello, this webinar is titled Voting, Knowing the Purpose of Government, and it's a part of a multi-part series on voting. Well, Professor Kevin Portis says this: much of the division in America today is because people have diametrically opposed views of what the purpose of government is. There's no agreed upon philosophy of government. If you ask someone what is the purpose of government, you're likely to get a wide variety of answers. And this is just a key question to engage friends, family members, co-workers in a conversation about what is our system of government about, what is its purpose, and is there any limits, do they imagine, to what a government is able to do. While this question, if asked of people, give many answers and leave some dumbfounded, I was interested in what would come up in a Google search, so I Googled what is the purpose of government, and some of these answers were rather consistent. To stay out of the affairs of citizens, to protect the individual rights of its citizens, to maintain basic security and public order, to protect its citizens from both outside attack and one another. These were rather consistent. However, for the founders and framers, this question was settled, and they left the definition of government in our two founding documents. Firstly, the Declaration of Independence. If we start with the second sentence, we find these words: "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Well, many people don't know the sentence that follows that. The sentence that follows that gives us the purpose of government: that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Did you get that? The purpose of government is to secure God-given rights. We'll expand this a little bit more. If our rights are God-given, then anything that attacks God-given rights could be considered evil. So the purpose of civil government is to restrain evil. To protect those God-given rights is to restrain evil, but while also doing that, allowing good to flourish. And so this philosophy of government of restraining evil and allowing good to flourish can be found in the preamble of our U.S. Constitution. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, to establish justice, which is the restraining of evil, to ensure domestic tranquility, which is the restraining of evil, to provide for common defense, which is the restraining of evil, and to promote the general welfare, and to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution. And so to promote the general welfare was to allow good to flourish within and between the citizens of the U.S. without government interference. Historian Cleon Skousen says this: the freedom formula was almost 200 years in the making. It took the early Americans 180 years from 1607 to 1707 to fully put together the freedom formula. But when it finally settled into place, their formula ignited the fires of freedom all over the world. And their formula did not only include civil government that we've just discussed here, but a holistic view of society where individuals, families, church and faith communities, and government work together. And it gives a complete category listing of the ideal activities that take place in each one of these societal structures that bring forth a healthy society. The Founding Fathers also knew that if government went out of control, though, it could be the producer of all the isms of society, where the government usurps all the power from the other societal structures. And so they built a constitutional system that would stop this, or hold it in check. So to summarize, the founders knew that government's purpose was to secure God-given rights, and the U.S. constitutional system was set up to do this by restraining evil and allowing good to flourish. These are key ideas that we need to know as citizens, and we need to vote people in office that also know these ideas as well. This is U.S. Civics Training. Thanks for listening.